Hi, how y'all doing? This is Joanna here with a super duper stressed Diamondbacks video because I'm really mad. I'm really upset at the housing authority again. You know, they kind of just, they always do this. It's not even really, you know, it's not even really like right to be mad at them because again, they always do this. Why am I getting mad? It's always like 2 days before they do something, they gotta give you a notice. Like, oh, that's so annoying. Cause like 2 days before I even like, so basically, like today was a weird day because I didn't do that much. But to be honest with you, I could um do it a little bit more of what they actually need to get done. So it's like, this is a weird video. This is actually one of those I probably, you know, I mean, I got stuff I could do that I need to set myself up for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day of silent Dodgers, but it's also going to be like a day of like, okay, we got to clean, and guess what else we got to do? We got to clean, you know? I fucking hate that. I really do, because it's like one of those things where it's like I have no money, I can't even get paper towels, you know? So part of me has a plan to deal with that because it's just like no money equals no, not even no fun. No paper towels, man. Cleaning with no paper towels. Can't even spray down a surface if you wanted to, really. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. You know, and then because part of me is also like well aware of like, hey, you gotta remember when they come, it's not just the paper towels. Like $1 there is fine, but like for like the whole thing of just being like, oh, you know, we're gonna send you away for fucking 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. away from your house. That's insanity, man. Like, you know, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's just out.
That pisses me off because, you know, like,
That's
you know, that's like one of those. That's not. That's like the worst part of it is like, what the fuck, you know? You know what I mean? I fucking hate that, you know? I don't get it. Like, it's... You know, it's just what it is, right? Then I got my mom who fucking leaves $40 in the washing machine, or the dryer, rather, dryer, and I find it, and I'm like, oh, sweet, that's like a fuck. No, it's her money, you know, you gotta give it back to her. And I'm looking at her like, and here's the thing with that, is that I would have kept it if she, you know, didn't say anything, or, you know, if I could think up of a lie really quick and not, you know, get caught, you know what I mean? But when my mom was on the warpath looking for that money, I was like, this is not good. The risk and the reward is way out of whack here, you know? She let, you know, she left the money. She didn't care enough about it to make sure it was out of her pocket. And I'm gonna get it. So I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm not. Part of me was like trying to play the situation out a little bit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, just be like, yeah, let's wait it out. If she doesn't notice, then we're good. But she noticed because she's an animal. And I hate saying that, like, to be negative, because that was very kind of negative. But, like, you know, I could use that fucking money myself. Like, you know, I didn't even need 40. I needed, like, 5. And she ain't gonna give it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, it wasn't like I was sitting over there, like, to be honest with you, I gave it to her back, and I mean, that is technically the right thing to do, but also not, because you know what I mean? Like, how am I gonna live and how is she gonna learn, you know? And to be honest with you, most of the time, if it was a laundromat, that money would be gone. You know, it wouldn't be here. Fuck you, you leave it in the dryer, fuck you, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, I should've, like, you know, I was just so mad because I'm like looking at her like, this woman just does this to me all the time. She gets on the warpath and it's like, fuck it, give her the fucking money, because it's like, if you can't think of a lie on a pressure pack situation that gets you out of that, don't risk it. Don't risk the fucking fight of, like, you know what I mean? That's the part I hate, is like, again, at a laundromat you'd be like, yo, you left it in the machine, fuck you, it's mine now, bitch. But no, not with her. She has a backward sense of morality that, you know, I just kind of look at it and I'm like, how in the hell, you know what I mean? It didn't matter to you when you left your pants when you left it in your pants, right? So why does it matter to you now? Like, they pretend that they're poor, and that pisses me off, man. Like, cause part of me could also take a few other scenarios too, where I'm not greedy. I'm not the person that's gonna, like, I wasn't like gonna fight her tooth and nail on that, and clearly I gave her the money back to her without a fight. But I also would have I wouldn't have taken the money for a couple other reasons too. Like, if she literally texted me, hey, you're doing laundry at our house, cool, I left $40 in my pants, just don't fuck with it. That's fine. I'm not gonna fuck with it. I don't want to fuck with it because I know you know. But like, when you don't, it's like, it's such a half-ass, like, oh, we're just gonna bully you type shit. And then when my dad, like,
0-1.
literally comes in and starts, what the hell are you doing here? It's like, fuck you, buddy. Fuck you.
1-1.
You know what I mean? Like, that's, like, they're bullies, you know? They like to bully people. Like, my mom especially, because like I said, she came in on the warpath. She came up to me on the warpath for that money, and I'm like, I know it's $40, to be honest with you. I would have come in on the warpath too to someone for that. But it's also like, this is after she walked in the door, had her little coffee. So it wasn't like she came into the house like, yo, what happened to my money? No, it was after she had set me up and buttered me up a little bit. It's like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I mean? That's what I take issue with. You know, because if I left $40 in my pocket, I am asking you from get-go, from jump, what happened to it. And I just don't get why they have to be such a pieces of shit. You know, it's pieces of shit, man.
Off the plate, ball 1.
I got fucking the housing authority coming in a few days to fucking do absolutely nothing of value. Typical. You know what I mean? I got my dad and my mom who don't understand, like, that's nice, that's good. Jericho, good. Yeah. I got my mom and my dad who are kind of just like, why don't you take everything and do all this shit? And I'm like, looking at them like, you don't know how the housing authority works. It's like, they're gonna come in here, they're gonna spray, and then I'm gonna be gone for a few hours, you know? You know, like, I don't get it. Like, I could, to be honest with you, the weird thing is, usually it's more about, like, you know, I really didn't like the way I was treated over there on Monday. So when this is actually going to go up and they're spraying my unit, I don't want to be in there, because I don't want to be in their house, because I don't want to be like, oh, well, now you're here for like 5 hours. Like, nah, I want to go to the mall. Like, if possible. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by if possible, I gotta, like, you know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get why that, nobody's called me from inner community, like, telling me about a doctor's appointment, so that's great. I don't know why they can't do that. Nobody's contacted me. And this is, 2 days before. So that's great. They have no concept of time and how they have no concept of being easy to use. Neither does the housing authority, but it's like I'm just tired of being like shitted on and then told that's just how it is, It's not even being shitted on, it's like being bullied. Like there's a difference. Like I don't know, well, there's a good sports analogy, but it's like, being, what's the best way to put it? I'm trying to think of a good analogy, you know what I mean? Like a good, real good one that like would work with this. It's like being, bullied is obviously like, if you're the Kansas City Royals and you got a team, a star player, and you know the Yankees are gonna bully you in negotiations to like get through the player. You know what I mean? There's no chance because you don't have the money usually to operate and get that guy. Swindling is more like, shitting on is more like a bad trade of like, people, you know what I mean? Like where it's like, okay, you can understand that with the trade you thought you were getting something good, and it turned out to be bad. You know what I mean? And people could hit you for it, or not hit you, get mad at you for it. And whereas like bullied is like, oh, we're sorry, we're just taking this shit right out of your hand. It's like, you know what I mean? That's where I kind of go, yeah, no, bullied is a different level of stupidity, and yeah, I hate that so much because it's just like, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. And I hate that. It's like weird because, like, like I'm not talking in public perception because that's obviously you get shitted on either way if you're the Royals to give up like that. But you know what I mean? Being misled, it fucking sucks. It sucks. There's no other way to say it. Especially like when you're like being told, hey, you want to like do certain things, and you want to and it depends on who you're getting misled by too, right? Because I really like for my situation, the housing authority, they're ass, they suck, right? When it's like your parents, it's a whole nother ball game because you're not expecting suck, especially like because like the whole like. Last night, I was so mad at them on Monday night. I was so motherfucking mad at them. I couldn't make videos that actually made sense. Like, I usually kind of talk in these videos versus the Dodgers video, which is like not talking, right? But, you know what I mean? But that is like my point. I was so mad and I was so stressed out, I couldn't actually even make that attempt. I was just like, fuck this, fuck it all. You know what I mean? It wasn't very tenable. And then, the housing authority, because like the thing is, like last Monday night, I was trying to be like, okay, we got a few days here. You got a few days here to clean. It kind of threw me for a loop to do that whole like, oh, we're gonna just sit in the apartment type shit, and I'm like, no, you know what I mean? Like, I hate that, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And then like to have my mom and dad get mad at me is like, are you kidding me? Like, you know what I mean? Pissed me off. It got under my skin. Like, it was just not cool. You know what I mean? Because like, again, that whole situation they did was bullshit. It was like, you left the money in the wash, Mom. You don't, like, you know, unless you tell me that, like, that to not take it or, you know, whatever, I mean, your ass is, that shit is gone as we hit the minimum here. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying I want to take it, because I know my mom, if she didn't say anything, she'd fucking find out eventually, and then she gets mad at me for doing, you know, the thing 99% of people would do, and she has done herself probably on occasion, you know, so it's like, yeah, she's a hypocrite, you know. I hate that so much when people are hypocrites. Well, how many outs are there? Because I know we hit the minimum, so it's usually going to be, you know, like that, and then it's going to be back to cleaning, right? Hit the minimum, and I still have a shit ton of soda left, so it's good, very good. Right? Be like, improvements, gold star. Okay, maybe too many improvements. I don't want to be on veteran plus.
0-1.
Right? Be like, okay, too many improvements, bam, no Christmas. It's like, I had to get through 2 days, well, 1.5, if we're actually measuring the hours, but 2 days of just bullshit to just get back to being what I normally am, Joanna. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, normal Joanna is good, but, you know, not when it's like this. You know what I mean? Not when you have to go through 2 days of feeling miserable and having a freaking no-hitter. Probably going to ruin that right now. You know what I mean? Just, it's just untenable. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright? Okay. Bye.